Okay, I think I'd rather be overdressed because either way you're gonna stand out if you're over or underdressed. But if you're underdressed, you stand out in a more negative way. But if you're overdressed, it's nicer.
Underdressed because I'd feel more comfortable. I would rather be underdressed because if you're overly dressed, you get more attention to yourself, and yeah, I want to be comfortable.
I'd rather look classy than underdressed, where people are like, "Who's this guy?"
And so
I would rather be overdressed because why wouldn't you want to look better than everyone else?
Overdressed because I don't really dress for others, I dress for myself.
I would rather be overdressed because I would feel really bad about myself.
I would rather be overdressed because then you are looking better than everyone else if you're overdressed. I mean, if you're underdressed, you look like a slob and everyone's like, ew, look at him. And if you're overdressed, everyone would be kind of like, it's a little bit too much, but it's still, you know, elegant. So that's why I would want to be overdressed.
So I would rather be overdressed, just because I really like to get dressed up, and I think if I felt like I was at least appropriately dressed or more, I'd be a lot more comfortable than if I felt like I was inappropriately dressed in a kind of lesser way.
Okay, so I'd rather be overdressed because if I come underdressed, then everyone would just look at me like, what the heck are you doing here? And if you're overdressed, I feel like people are like, oh, wow, like, this girl got class.
I would go overdressed.
I'd rather be overdressed because when someone's underdressed, I don't know, I feel like they just look bad.
Overdressed because I'm always looking for someone to hang out with, impress the girls.
Overdressed? I would rather be overdressed because, you know, it's better to stay classy. I believe that you can never be overdressed for anything.
I'd rather be underdressed because that's just, I don't know, it's not my style. I don't really like to get dressed up. I'd rather be overdressed. Do I just say why?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to look like a bum.
I would rather be overly dressed. Why? Because I feel that being overly dressed would make a better impression than being underdressed. I'd rather be overdressed because I feel that at least if you look nice, it doesn't matter if you're not dressed appropriately.
I'd rather be underdressed because if it's a casual party, you don't want to come in a ballroom gown or anything. I guess why? I guess because I just like to feel comfortable when I'm having a good time at a party, rather than be all dressed up with heels and, you know, but I think I'd rather be underdressed.
Let's see, I'd rather be overdressed because I think I'd rather just be overdressed than be under and look slobby.
Overdressed, but I'm still not as sure. I still would be uncomfortable either way, but I think I'd rather think that it was more than less than what was expected.
I put more effort into it rather than no effort. Like I could care.
Yeah. At a party, I would rather be overdressed because it would just further confirm that I'm the biggest boss alive. And I don't wear dirty clothes, so that's it.
I would rather be overdressed because I would like to look nice and be like, cool.
I think I'd rather be overdressed because I wouldn't want the person to think that I didn't care. So I wouldn't want to be underdressed.
Would you rather be overdressed or underdressed for a party?
Overdressed, though. We're going to tuxedo, a nice tie. No, not a tie, a bow tie. Just
Rather be underdressed.
Just because people are just going to be like, oh, well, she looks really nice.
Because I don't want people to think I'm trying too hard.
I would be probably underdressed. I tend not to put too much effort into my...
I'd rather be underdressed.
Why?
Because I got the body for it.
I'd rather be overdressed for a casual. I could always take it off a little bit, make it more casual. Not take it off that way.
Underdressed because it's a statement. To be relaxed.
Overdressed,
exactly, because you know what?
I would rather be overdressed because I'd rather be the center of attention.
I'd rather be underdressed because I don't like standing out or being the center of attention.
Be overdressed so you could take off clothes instead of if you're underdressed, then, you know. I'd rather be underdressed at a party because if you're overdressed, you stand out, and if you're underdressed, you can just blend in and you don't attract attention.
Okay, I'd rather be underdressed because you can always add stuff to it, but if you're overdressed, there's nothing.
I'd rather be overdressed because I feel like when I'm underdressed, it's not very expressive because I feel just lazy and everything, unless it's a lazy day, but I prefer to be overdressed because I feel more expressive in myself.
Underdressed because
it's more comfortable. I don't really like getting into like the whole gown and getting really super fancy. Plus, if I'm going to a party, it's probably for like people I'm close to, so they won't really judge me anyway.
Overdressed? Are we underdressed? Overdressed. Okay. So it's understandable. Like you might think it was like if you're underdressed like in shorts to like C16, it's kind of like you were kind of lost there. But if you wear a gown, it's kind of like okay, maybe you were just a little confused from a foreign country. Let's say gown.
Probably overdressed.
Why?
I guess people's perception of me if I was underdressed would probably hurt me more than if people, unless people would actually say, "Oh, you look really nice." I'd say, "I know, I didn't realize it was this."
Thank you.
I think that I would kind of rather be overdressed in a way because I mean, there's different ways that you can put an outfit together. So I would probably put my outfit together where it's kind of in the middle-ish, so I'm not too overdressed and I'm not too underdressed. So that's how I would handle the situation.
Be overdressed than underdressed because that's happened to me before and I felt very uncomfortable being underdressed. And if you're overdressed, you could always kind of take something off, take off some jewelry or a sweater or something like that.
I'd be overdressed because if I was underdressed to a party, it would kind of make me look like I'm a slob or something. But if I'm overdressed, they may think, oh wow, he dresses to impress or something. But if anything, I could always like take something off or put something in my car to change out.
I would much rather be overdressed than underdressed for the party, because if I was underdressed, I would be feeling very self-conscious about my choice. And not only that, but the way everyone thought about me, like I didn't think enough to dress appropriately for the party. So I'd rather be a little overdressed.
Yeah.
The top of a baby's head.
I don't know why.
And honestly, I think a favorite
I think overdressed would be better just because it's always easier to like look more formal than it is to look like more sloppy. Like if everybody else is wearing suits and you're wearing jeans, that's harder to pass off than if you're wearing like slacks or a suit and everybody else is wearing jeans.
For a casual party.
I would rather be underdressed. I wouldn't want to draw too much attention to myself at a party, you know?
Okay.